whiskey and pearl snaps.
Yeah! It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is October 9th, 2018. Let me give a shout out to my man Andy Keene. He requested the song Pearl Snaps by Jason Boland. Never heard of this country song, but hey man, if that's what you want, that's what we play here. How you guys doing today? Hope you guys are hanging in there. I know it's like this market is just rocking us to sleep. No volatility, no price action. This is just we just want to see a direction, right? We just want to see a direction. But we're not getting it. But hopefully, normally when you have these really dwindling volume periods, there's going to be an explosion. Which way? It's 50-50. You know, you don't know. You don't know. It's probably waiting on fundamental news to really ignite the market again in a clear direction. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see, guys. But one of the articles that we're talking about today pertains to Bitcoin and how it has hit a 17-month low in volatility. So we'll look at that article from Bloomberg. And then secondly, one of my favorite tokens, projects, whatever you want to call it, Brave Browser, they're doing awesome. They've now got 4.6 million monthly active users. We'll take a look at that. And you know, Brave Browser is a very good example of they have a product and they have a token. The hard part is going to be driving their users that use the product into using and wanting to use the actual token, which will increase the demand for the token and, you know, consequently the price of it. But it's hard, man. It's hard to get users to get on board. But I guess, you know, the more users you get, even if you only get 2 or 4% of your user base to actually utilize that token, if you've got 100 million individuals using Brave Browser, then you know that 4% from absolute standpoint represents a decent amount of individuals. So 4 million to be exact using the token. So let's see if that can happen. I hope so. It's just going to take time. I think they're just going to have to get more users to use that platform. But let's look at that market cap. Yeah, we're 219, just about where we were the other day. Bitcoin's dominance just about where it was the other day, 52%. Man, no real price action, just flat line here. The alts have been moving a little bit more, and alts have been moving to the downside a little bit more than Bitcoin. But overall, just no real volatility here in the markets, or at least I should say for Bitcoin. There has been some volatility for the altcoins, so I don't want to misspeak on that. But the chart, I don't have anything for us, guys. I mean, we've dropped back below the 6600 area, but again, I mean, we are making higher lows but not higher highs. We're kind of getting into this nice little pennant. A new one is actually kind of forming here. If we take the top from here and we go down this way right there, you can see, and if I extend this outward a little bit, you'll be able to see here we got a new type of formation going on with Bitcoin. So, you know, we'll have to see what happens. Something's gonna have to happen by, I'll tell you this much, something definitely will have to happen by the 16th of this month. I'll just tell you guys that we're definitely gonna have to have an outcome of this slow and low volatility. The first article out of Crypto Globe, Brave Browser hits 4.6 million monthly active users. Not just users, but monthly active users. So they have many times more actual downloads of the platform, but 4.6 are active. So that's good news. That's a good metric to look at. Brave CEO reveals milestone on Twitter. The browser's adoption exceeds expectations with over 23,000 verified publishers and creators in less than 1 year. Brave Browser, a free and open source web browser originally created by 2 Mozilla engineers, is experiencing an exponential rise in its user base. It has seen its monthly active user base rise from 1.4 million active users in February of 2018 to 4.6 million active users up to October of this year. In September, Crypto Globe reported that Brave reached 4 million monthly active users with 21,000 verified channels and 26,000 publisher accounts. This set a new growth record for Brave with the addition of 1 million users in just 2 months. Earlier this year, Crypto Globe also reported that the Brave browser achieved the milestone of 10 million downloads on Google Play. And this is the tweet by the CEO. He went on to point out that the platform has exceeded all expectations as it now has over 28,000 publisher creators, of whom 23,000 are verified, all in less than a year since the platform launched. This growth is driven by a number of factors, one of which is the launch of its recent program that rewards users for seeing selected ads on the platform. This development is hoped to be the start of a new advertising paradigm that will disrupt the online advertising industry. As explained on BAT's subreddit, users will receive 70% of the revenue from user ads, which are set to be delivered directly to the user in a separate ad tab, rather than on publisher content at specific moments in the user's browsing experience. Ads that appear on the publisher websites, known as publisher ads, will reward users with 15% of the revenue. This incentive-driven scheme has played a major role in growing the platform's monthly active users. Another major factor behind Brave's browser's growth in leaps and bounds is its BAT token economics dynamics. Brave browser is surfing on the cryptocurrency wave with a high potential token economics model. Users can choose to see ads if they wish, and in exchange receive a share of revenue generated in the form of a basic attention token. Brave browser has become so popular that it has now been downloaded over 10 million times from Google Play Store. This achievement, according to the CEO, proves that the platform can grow far beyond the company's estimated target at the beginning of the year. So this is really exciting news. I'm telling you guys, I've been telling you, get some BATs, not only get BAT, the token. We're getting beyond the speculation, right? We need to support these projects. So get Brave browser. It's a great browser. It's fast. It does block ads if you don't want to see them. But as you saw in the article, you can be paid for looking at it. Once people catch on to this, they're going to really disrupt the current advertising platform or paradigm that we're in online. It's amazing. So what do you guys think about that? Do you have any bats? If not, man, get you some ASAP and download that browser. The browser's pretty dope. Blocks a lot of those ads and it's really fast. Even though Chrome did just update, I think they're seeing you got competition coming at you, Google, so they did do an update on their browser, but again, it doesn't have the ecosystem and the structure for people who are browsing sites to be paid and people who are serving content to those individuals to be paid. It doesn't have that there. So kudos to Brave browser. I think that's a good project. Second article is out of Bloomberg, and it's Bitcoin hits inflection point with volatility at 17-month low. Is this the start of a new phase for Bitcoin or the beginning of the end for the biggest cryptocurrency? Bloomberg asks here. That seems to be the question being pondered by both proponents and skeptics, with volatility lingering at the lowest levels since before the epic surge and collapse of the peer-to-peer electronic alternative to cash. Those looking for some guidance for historical pricing patterns are out of luck. Neither a strong positive or negative divergence has formed over the past month. Technical analysis measures show Bitcoin traded in a similar pattern only one other time this year, and that was in June when its price jumped from around $5,900 to $8,200. And so is it a turning point, they're asking. If you take a look at this image, I'm going to expand it for you guys. this is what they're saying. It's a complete flat line of all three indicators that they're looking at here. We know it can't stay this way, right? So we're at an inflection point for sure. Which way do we go from here? I'm personally thinking we have more upside potential than we do downside potential. The article goes on to say here, this could be a signal that the cryptocurrency market is maturing. Nigel Green, founder of Dever, a financial advisory organization. Bitcoin is celebrating its 10th anniversary this month, but it took years for the cryptocurrency to gain steam as investors considered the potentials and legalities of its payment network. Bloomberg intelligence commodity strategist Mike McClung said, this is a maturing market, so volatility should continue to decline. When you have a new market, it will be highly volatile until it establishes itself, he says. And he goes on to say there are more participants, more derivatives, more ways of trading, hedging, and arbitraging. That sentiment rang true for David Tawil, president of ProChain Capital, a crypto-focused fund. Lower volatility makes sense as Bitcoin's illiquidity means there's a lack of momentum. The buying community are folks that are investing on the long basis for a long period of time, he says. Bitcoin's potential to replace fiat currencies as a way of doing business brought about a wave of excitement in 2013 and 14, leading to a rally in its price that hit $19,000 in mid-December. But regulators have cracked down on the cryptocurrencies, rejecting recent proposals to list exchange-traded funds backed by Bitcoin. Expectations for widespread adoption of cryptocurrencies has also diminished, giving way to concerns over manipulation. But a stabilization in Bitcoin's price has led to a decline in speculative investments, said Director of Research at DAA Davidson & Co. Bitcoin saw volume spikes last year from a combination of people investing in the digital token and speculators wanting to profit from its up and down moves regardless of its underlying value, he said. Now that price has stabilized, there's less speculation. He added here that volatility and volumes are two sides of the same coin. When speculators are involved, they drive unusually high volumes as well as volatility by trading the asset with high frequency. As speculators' involvement is diminished, volumes go down and volatility goes down as well. Naeem Aslam, Chief Marketing Analyst for TF Global Markets UK, struck a more sober tone. He says if volatility and volume both remain low, he said it means capitulation. I don't know what he means by that actually. Does he mean that capitulation is coming, or does he mean that we're all tapped out? There's nothing left. I don't know what he means by that, but I would say that we definitely are at an inflection point. And again, upside looks much greater than downside. 2014 through 15-ish looked very similar to this. I'm not concerned at all, guys, and neither should you. If you can, use this opportunity to take advantage of it. You know, use this opportunity to take advantage of no FOMO. So when the FOMO comes around, you won't be the one trying to buy. You'll be the one selling to those individuals at higher highs. So you guys let me know, is this an inflection point? This 17-month low in volatility, what does this mean? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? One thing I will say, you know, the article kind of touched on Bitcoin is maturing. I think we're way too early to say that Bitcoin is maturing at these prices, and I don't think so at all. The technology isn't even being used. So once you see millions and millions of people using Bitcoin, maybe we can say Bitcoin's maturing, and at that point the price should not be as volatile, but ultimately it should always increase in value over a long period of time because it's deflationary. You guys let me know, what do you think? Is this the end of Bitcoin? Or are we just seeing a calm before the storm? So that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I want to give a shout out to my man Andy King for that song request again, Pearl Snaps. That's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. October 9th, 2018, and that's my 2 Satoshis. Ha!